All right, we're going to be talking about hooking up your RV to shore power and water. This is if you're at a campsite that offers full hookups. We do recommend that if you're going to be going on a long camp, for example. The batteries will last a couple of days, but it's great if you can hook up to shore power. That'll charge the batteries and give you full electricity to run your air conditioning, whatever else you want to run. So inside the RV, there's going to be a couple of totes. This is one of them. You have your power hookups here. We'll just walk through. It's really simple. On the side of the RV, you'll see this 30 amp, 125 volt little lid here. So you just want to match up this little notch that's in the receptacle with the plug that's here. Just push gently, and then you just use this ring to tighten things down, and you're good to go. Inside the tote, you will also see this surge protector. On your campsite area, you're going to want to open up the campsite receptacle, turn off the breakers to it, plug this in, turn the breakers back on. If everything is green per this little guide, you're good to go. If you see any of these other lights light up, something is wrong with the power, and you'll need to go see the campsite host to see about getting reassigned to a new site, because you wouldn't be able to hook up the power without damaging the van itself. Next, turn off the breaker again. Assuming everything was green, then you're going to use the receptacle, plug into the bottom here, turn the breakers back on, and you now have power inside the RV. You can still leave everything set as it is in the RV. It'll just automatically take over on shore power, and again, you can run everything you need to all the time. All right, next is going to be hooking up to the water at the campsite. There is a blue hose that is in one of the totes. Only ever use this blue hose to hook up to the water, fresh water. That you'll find another hose in another tote that you can use to, for example, rinse out the sewer hose after you've dumped the tanks, and we'll walk through that in a subsequent video. So if you are at a campsite and you are ready to hook up, there's two pieces. The first is if you're hooking up at a campsite and you're just going to be using the water, you use the city fill, and you are going to put this pressure gauge in line, and the pressure gauge is to ensure that the water pressure isn't so high that it's going to blow the hose lines that are inside the RV. And then you simply hook up this hose line, and then you run the line to wherever the outlet is, screw that on, and turn on the water. The pressure gauge should never really get above 40 to 60 pounds. 40 pounds is the most you'd really want it to be. If you needed to adjust the pressure gauge, you can use a screwdriver that's in the toolkit we have and simply turn this left or right, and you'll start to see the pressure come down. If you want to fill the tanks, like let's say you're leaving a campsite and you're going to be off grid for a day or two, and you're going to need to use the water fill, this will fill the tanks in the RV, so that way you can use water wherever you need to. It's the same thing. You just simply screw this all in until it's secure. Turn the water on, make sure the pressure is good. It will fill the water tanks. There's a gauge inside that you'll need to check just to make sure the water gauge is showing appropriately. And then also there is an overflow valve right up here and also over at the other side. If you start to see water coming out of that, the tanks are full, and you simply turn it off at the spigot and you're good to go.